and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody, and good morning and good evening for those of you who are watching us across the world. Today we have the lovely Mridu, who is actually been practicing the magic of yoga for almost 12-13 years, and she's a certified Shivananda Yoga instructor as well. And over the last many years, she's worked with people with chronic physical ailments. And so today, as part of this Zen Master series, we thought over the next couple of episodes, Mridu is going to help us simplify yoga to our life, as many of us have very busy lives and there are so many things that we want to pack into it. So Mridu is going to help us simplify it as much as we can without losing the essence of yoga. So Mridu, to start with, one of the most popular aspects of yoga is the Hatha yoga.
Yes.
But there's also something that we do with the breath and what we do with the mudras.
Right.
So what are mudras exactly?
Well, simply speaking, mudras are gestures.
Okay.
Gestures that we, right now I'm going to focus on Hasta mudras, which are hand gestures.
Okay.
Something that's been a part of humanity from long ago, long before we even started recording history. Hasta mudras have been part of it.
Okay.
Most of us who are living on the Indian subcontinent and across the globe are very familiar with this social greeting that we use in India, Namaste, and that's essentially a mudra in itself, which is called the Namaste mudra. Now, if you are sitting with us and practicing, you can just try and bring your palms together in front of your chest and close your eyes and see if you can just bring your awareness to your breath for a moment. Just take a deep breath in and gently let it out. And try that a couple of more times. Take a deep breath in and just let it out again. Slowly open your eyes. I know I'm not giving you much time to actually internalize the practice, but this is something with which we essentially bring all our energies together, bring them to the center. It's something that allows us to become centered and become grounded. Okay? It's also a humbling gesture. Okay? And it is usually in India, it is accompanied by the greeting Namaste, which in Sanskrit means that I bow to your inner divine being. Okay? Essentially just taking away all the avaran is your outer covering, and taking away the ego, taking away your aham, call it what you will. And that's just saying that I acknowledge the divine being that you are. Okay? It's not just that we are praying to the other, we're also ridding ourselves of a lot of accumulated preconceived notions. Okay, and just letting go, just surrendering to something.
Yeah, I, for example, I never thought of, when we bring the hands together, we are also, if you focus on the breath, and it was exactly what you said, it's like, of course the breath work, you suddenly feel calmer, but it was coming together, when
it's
you
coming together. That's the whole idea. We're bringing as many of you must be knowing, the left side of the body is directed by the right brain and the right side of the body is directed by the left brain. Over here, bringing together the hands is actually bringing synchronization between the left and the right hemisphere. Okay? So whenever you're doing namaste to somebody, remember that there is a selfish purpose that you're solving. You're actually bringing both sides of the brain in harmony.
Yeah, and that's so wonderful, So next time we should, because then I'm probably more balanced.
Yes.
When we're interacting and not reacting or responding.
Not just reacting, because yes, in India we are conditioned, we are told from the beginning, Hath jodo, namaste karo. There were reasons behind asking us to do that.
Yeah.
We were training. It's mudra Gyaan is essentially about brain training. You're training the left and right brain to work in synchronization with each other. Because in everyday life, we are only using one part of the brain. We're using the left brain, which is our logical, reasoning brain, which is the brain which tells us how to react to situations, okay? Whereas the right brain doesn't believe in reacting so much, it responds, okay? Response is a much more calmer, controlled reaction. of the body and brain. Okay, so yes, which is the reason. This is another reason why mudras are always practiced on both sides. We practice mudras on both hands if we can. Okay. The other thing about mudras is, I mean, we wonder, how can you possibly press certain points in the fingertips and
do we really press them, or how do mudras work really?
just the gentle touching stimulates the nerve ends. Okay. Now over here in our hands we have all the, if you know, the ancient science of Ayurveda believes that human body is made up of 5 elements.
Yes.
Okay. Now the thumb is supposed to be the fire element. Okay. It's connected to the thumb.
Okay.
The index finger is the air element or Vayu.
Okay.
The middle finger is ether or space all around us.
This is ether, space. Okay.
The ring finger is supposed to be the earth element, Prithvi.
Okay. Earth.
Okay. And the tiny finger here, this is the jal or water element.
Water. Okay.
Okay. Most illnesses that our bodies nowadays are suffering from is because all of these 5 elements, or one of them or 2 of them, are not in balance. Okay. I have to make it clear here that just by doing mudras, you can't cure everything. These are additional tools. With that, you also need to have a balanced lifestyle, balanced exercise routine, and balanced diet.
Yes.
Balanced diet is very important to take care of a lot of things. A lot of elements that are out of imbalance can actually be sorted by eating the right kind of diet. Mudras go a long way in helping the brain assimilate that fact and to harness that energy. Okay. So
when we do a mudra, what if I were to rephrase it? It just gently touching it activates the nerve endings.
That's right.
And
the nerve endings which are directly connected to the brain center.
Okay.
And that's where हिंदी में हम या संस्कृत में हम उसको इंद्रियां कहते हैं. Okay, those are the senses which you are trying to activate. Okay. They are dulled because of life. Let's just say that life happens to us. Okay, life happens to every one of us.
Yes.
And those senses become dull, they become sluggish, and you just need to recharge them.
Activating and recharging and balancing them in a way.
Yes.
Okay.
To bring them alive once again. Okay. Just in case they're dull. Okay. It could be your environment. It could be your work pressure. It could also be. A lot of us are living in very polluted cities nowadays.
Yes.
It could be any of those things. It could also be the kind of food that we are consuming. We hear all the time that the food that we are consuming is genetically modified or it has been adulterated with pesticides. Not all of us can grow our own food, but whatever we can do to help us bodies along and to work to make them function at optimum capacity. Mudras really play a very big role in that.
So if let's say somebody's has our usual people, right? We work, we go to office.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, and there's a lot of, and I'm not going into the stress part of it, but sometimes let's say I come back home and I feel really dull, or somebody really feels dull and is not, and just feels that they don't have the energy, like usually say energy nahi hai, right? And so that would probably be the fire element gone down.
It is the Dashagni, which is settled down, which is not burning brightly.
And if I'm staying in a highly polluted city, so that would also complicate.
Yes,
things.
it would. It would.
Okay.
It absolutely would. So yes, I'd say start some pranayama immediately. And to help along with the pranayama, practice a few mudras. Okay. I'm sure every one of you has seen some image of Gautam Buddha somewhere. And Gautam Buddha is almost always depicted with his index finger and his thumb in touch with each other. This is the Chinna Mudra. This is what grounds us. Okay, everyday demands of your active work life all quite often leaves you. I mean, I see a lot of millennials using the word "I feel spaced out." So when you say that you feel spaced out, it essentially means that you're not finding it easy to bring your thoughts together. You feel that you are all over the place.
Yes,
Okay?
yes, yes.
So Chinna Mudra is
Okay.
an
It's
important,
beautiful.
it is beautiful indeed. And it is very simple. You're just bringing the air element
Okay.
together with the fire element. Okay? Air stokes fire.
Yeah.
This
That's
here
true. Yeah.
is, it always, I mean, we've all learnt in science, right, that oxygen makes the fire burn brighter.
Yes.
This does help.
Okay.
So if anytime you feel that you lack vitality, you lack concentration, both hands, index finger, gently touching the top of the thumb, and assume a sitting position, any comfortable cross-leg position.
Okay.
Right now I'm sitting on a chair, so I'm just going to sit like this and place my hands on my knees or on my thighs. And once again, close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the breath. Bring your awareness close to your navel. That's where the solar plexus lies. And focus, breathe in there. Inhale deeply and exhale. Take about 5 or 6 deep breaths, and when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Admittedly, it takes a little while to get used to getting into that particular zone for the mudras
Yes,
to take
yes.
effect in moments. Okay, it takes a little bit of more practice.
Yeah, so one of the, that just brings me to a question that somebody had asked is people, especially who are not practicing meditation, who don't have time to practice meditation, can they feel restless even doing a mudra? So, how can they still do a mudra even if, they can't bring the Dhyaan, or will it actually,
Why not take the first step?
Okay.
Okay, make this the first rung of the ladder. If your body, your mind needs meditation, and you've all actually realized that that's something that interests you, because obviously if the question occurred to you, then it's something that draws you, it's calling to you,
Yes,
but you're just
yes.
not finding your way, you
Yes.
just don't know how to get there.
Yes.
So why not use mudras as the first rung
And
of the ladder?
And this could be a good way of grounding ourselves.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is how you bring all the attention and center yourself.
Okay.
Okay, like I said, you're feeling like you are spread too thin all over the place,
Yeah,
and your thoughts are scattered. Chinna Mudra, it's also known as Dhyaan Mudra. In some texts, it is mentioned as Gyaan Mudra.
Okay.
This is actually the gesture of learning. Okay, so, and yes, meditation is also a learning process, right?
Yeah,
So
that's why we see a lot of people,
a lot of seers,
seers or people in meditative state.
yes, they assume
that.
this mudra and sit.
So Chin Mudra, Dhyan Mudra, Gyaan Mudra are all the same, different names.
Yes.
This is okay. And you were going to tell us some other, I think, mudras as well.
Prithvi Mudra is Pran Mudra, and Prithvi Mudra were the other two that I thought we could slightly explore.
Okay.